Hello, everyone. It looks like Bandai Namco released another trailer for Dark Souls 3, and it's making me super hyped to play this game. Sadly, they did not choose some good music for their trailer, so I've pretty much muted it. It really is hyping me up. I mean, overall, I think they've improved on the textures, the graphics. I'm not sure how many frames per second it's going to run, probably on 30. But who knows? Maybe they're willing to do 60. I'd have to do my research. So let's go on and see some of this video. Hope it doesn't pass me by on some of the things here. Let's go on. So we've started off at a large fire next to a tree. As we can see down there, it looks like there's a lot of bodies being burnt. And this actually is very reminiscent of an area in Bloodborne if you played it. Where I believe was Hemwich Charnel. Uh, there's a cage up there. Seems like there'd be a lot of burning over there. I wonder if this has anything to do with the actual kindling, but I doubt it. I think it's just a fire. I mean, they do put a lot of fires in certain areas of the game. You see a lot of bodies burning there. Sometimes I think they overdo little the plague-like situation in this game. Go on here. Ooh, look at that tower. That looks foreboding. Just makes you wonder what is in that tower. It's probably full of traps. Makes me remember of Sen's Fortress in the original Dark Souls. And it also reminds me of the windmill section in Dark Souls 2. That tower where you face the snake boss. On here. See, now at this point, I've started to notice that they overdid a lot of the bodies on the trees. I know there's probably some kind of symbolism going on there, but I mean, as an artist, I personally think that that was overdone. Um, Maybe the story will unfold as you read the items, but overall, um, they could have used a little bit less of those bodies there. See something sort of like Anne Orlando over there, so that's interesting. And this is an interesting area as well. Alright, so it's a bridge. So the trailer claims there are shadows ahead, so I wonder if that pertains to the possibility of lore encompassing the shadows, so basically dark, like the titular game. Now, see this area right here? This is, as an artist, I kind of find it, they mucked it up. I mean, the houses are nice and stuff like that, but like I said before, they've overdone the tone of the spiking, the stakings of these bodies. It doesn't seem artistically valid, but maybe it has something to do with an enemy within this area. Like I said before, FromSoft is excellent at creating atmospheric horror, but sometimes you just gotta say, well, you went overboard there. Alright, let's go on ahead. Okay, now, got some creepy monsters, though. I didn't understand why they transitioned from that little hand that's sort of bloody and insect-like to the big knight right here, though. The big feral knight, and then you got the scythe-wearing thing like that, and the serial killer and the giant and the tree monster, but I think they're just showing you all the different kinds of enemies. Okay, this path will test you. Well, gee, and that's kind of what we all know. But are they saying that it's going to be more difficult? I believe I heard something about them adding an actual way to switch up the difficulty from the original one, so that is kind of interesting, but I'm not sure. Dark Souls 2 did it more organically with that covenant. I'm not sure if they're going to do that or if they are. It's still 2 months before or so before they release the game. And there we go, another montage of fresh enemies. And there we have what I would call the Feral Knight, I would say. Feral Mace Knight. I don't know his name, honestly. Seems to be swinging a mace that I think we'll see later on in the trailer. I think that might be a caster weapon. We'll see. Hold on. And then we have this boss right here. And what that reminds me of is in Dark Souls 2, there was a certain area where I believe those dragon monks were and the spellcasters were. There was like a swampy area, and there's also like these little crocodile men. That area right there is reminiscent of that, but this does take place in another place, but maybe there's some kind of relationship to that. As many will fall. So I'm alluding to the fact that maybe they're talking about the Lords of Cinder are going to fall. And there we go. There aren't many casting enemies that I've seen so far in these trailers, which is kind of a downside. I mean, I know magic was technically the easy way to play the game, but it seems like every Dark Souls has been geared towards usually melee combat, and sure, casting could be overpowered, but you could pretty much run through a caster. But there was, I gotta admit, there were some amazing spells, but I just feel like they could have done a little bit more with the spells. There was never really a true mage attack. I mean, not mage attack, but melee caster in a sense. I mean, you could do it, but there was always a weakness. But that's kind of what you like about Dark Souls. Alright, gonna stop rambling. Let's continue on. It says, stay the course. Well, if you're a Dark Souls player, that's what you do. So, the darkness within. Ooh. I did enjoy that resin spread. But that might be a spell like the pyromancy one. Though what I've noticed is they've reused some of the stuff from Bloodborne. As you can see in the very corner of this video, right over here, there appears to be a statue, and I'm pretty sure that they probably re-enhanced it or something like that, but that is definitely an asset from Bloodborne, so I'm guessing they kind of borrowed some assets. I mean, look at the pointy spires and stuff like that. That was definitely in Bloodborne 1. Ooh, there we go. One of those things again. I'm guessing those are going to be very common in the game. They're going to appear in certain areas. Now, if they respawn, that's going to be kind of cool, but might be boring too. But we'll see. Sometimes that would just be really annoying. All right, let's see here. And there's our feral knight guy again in the tree. There we go. Wait, let's go back there a second. I wanted to check out that caster weapon a second here. I think that's a caster weapon. If it looks like a caster weapon, but it could well be just a mace. But I really kind of hope that is a casting weapon as well. But then again, it is being magically enhanced, and usually caster weapons are not allowed to do. There were a couple that were in Dark Souls 2, but we don't know yet. So let's go on. Did see that floor effect of that spell, and there we go. Another cast. We haven't seen much of the magic in this game. But the combat looks epic. It really does. But frame rate is kind of, I don't know. Continue on. And of course, the Dark Souls. Already got it pre-ordered. I hope to do a few let's plays on them as soon as I get a chance to do that. Anyways, what do you think of the game? I think it looks exciting. I hope it looks a little bit more. It looks a little bit more open world, but we'll see what happens. I mean, you can never determine these things. I got the PC version, so I really, really hope the PC port is decent. Anyways, thank you for watching, and if you liked what I had to say, please like and subscribe. And thanks for watching. Take care, everyone.